Hey, it's Tara, and it's time for Sunday Reads. Things are starting to heat up around here. I guess summer is coming. It is middle of May, but I had to turn on my air conditioner. Actually, my air conditioner has this habit of, in the middle of the night, turning off, which isn't such a problem right now, but might become one when it starts getting hotter. I'm imagining waking up, like, gasping for air because it's so hot in here. Anyways, so yes, Sunday Reads. Last week I finished 2 books. I finished The Fox by Sherwood Smith and Adulthood, Rites by Octavia Butler, the second in the I can never say this. The second in the Xenogenesis trilogy. So Sherwood Smith's The Fox was everything I had hoped it would be. We continue the swashbuckling tradition, and there's plenty of action and political intrigue and great characterization and more and more. I'm really excited about the way this is unfolding, and I'm definitely looking forward to the 3rd book. There was one, maybe 2 instances of insta-love in the 2nd book, which was really disappointing to me because, you know, so many of her other relationships are really careful, like, there's instant attraction, like lust and obsession, and there's the slow building of friendship into passion, and there's the slow building of friendship into not passion but love, just plain love, whether it's passionate or not. And I think that a lot of the relationships in the books are really complex. So when we hit a couple of those, you know, suddenly, oh, I'm in love moments, I was a little disappointed, but other than that, the story is really fantastic, as per usual. And I bought the 3rd book because there is a huge cliffhanger at the end of the 2nd book, and I really don't appreciate it. Not at all. So, if you're reading this, I hope that you are going to just go straight through. I'm going to go ahead and wait until next month to read the 3rd book so that I can, you know, be along with everybody else in the read-along that Sam from Novels and Nonsense is doing. But I don't want to wait. The other book I finished was also a number 2 in a series, and that was Adulthood, Rites by Octavia Butler. And this one focuses on Lilith's son. I don't know how many years have passed exactly, but enough years for Lilith to have a whole bunch of kids. So Lilith's son, Akin, is the first male-born child between the Oankali and humans. And apparently in males, the human contradiction is biggest, so everyone's a little bit scared and worried about him and what's going to happen with him. So there's a lot of conflict going on with both the Oankali and his mother, and within Akin himself. Like the 1st book, this is a very slow read. There's nothing really surprising that happens. Mostly I think that this book is a thought experiment and social commentary. It deals a lot with gender and sex, like actual physical sex, and also sexual identity and homosexuality versus heterosexuality. And while I think it does a good job of really looking at a lot of these things, I think that for me it doesn't go far enough. It still perpetuates a lot of the gender-specific sort of ideas, and there really isn't much homosexuality in the novel, and in fact, when there is, it's sort of like, ugh. So there is a lot of diversity in this book, but I feel like she doesn't go far enough. But there's a lot to think about while reading this, and the slow pace really gives you time to think too as well. So I think do as well. We double do myself. But yeah. So I enjoyed reading it, and I am looking forward to the 3rd book, which I will probably also start next month. Yeah. I have also gotten through maybe 3/4 of the wish list, so I will hopefully be finishing that this week. It's gotten a little better to read now, a little more interesting. It was never bad, it was just not really interesting, so I'm looking forward to finishing this one. Yeah, I also started Kazuo Ishiguro's The Buried Giant, and so far it's pretty meandering. I'm not that far in, I'm only maybe 10% into the book, so a lot could still happen, but I am a little apprehensive because I've heard a lot about the book being very slow and kind of seemingly pointless, So I'm not sure where this is going to go, but if it's anything like Never Let Me Go, which is the only other Kazuo Ishiguro book I've read, then I think that's fine. He has a very meandering way of telling a story, but it's kind of like the way people think, so I can sort of see that, but it doesn't make for a very exciting story. So I guess we'll see what happens. I don't exactly know what's going on in the story. Basically, it seems like there's a fog over this English village, and no one can remember things from yesterday or the day before or whatever. Like, once something disappears from their sight, it also disappears from their mind. But there's an older couple who is really fighting against that and trying to remember. And so yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I have no idea what I'm going to start after that. I have about 7 books that I really want to read. I have to somehow choose one. I sort of went on a book buying spree, and I mean, mostly they're like $6 and under books, but yeah. But now I have a backlog, even more than usual. I'll do something. Today's tea is Golden Assam. I think I got this, it's like a Scottish Brody's since 1867. It's Assam, and I'm really enjoying it. I like to drink it black, which is what I'm doing today, or I really like adding some milk and honey in the morning. I'm making it sort of a breakfast tea, so that's the other thing I like to do. Later today I will hopefully be going to the Star Wars exhibition that is in Roppongi today with a friend, but I missed her message at like 7 a.m. this morning. My phone didn't tell me, how rude, and I only got it at 10, and she hasn't responded yet, and it's like 11:30 now, so I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm excited about it nevertheless. If we don't go today, we'll go next week, so that's fine. So that's me. How are you? How have you been? How's your week? Did you read anything really awesome? I've watched some of your Friday reads. So, yes, I know a little bit about what's going on. But if you have anything else to tell me, please share. Other than that, have a wonderful weekend and an excellent week next week. And until next time.